Local Hero. So this was on in cinema in 1983. Oh, hi Macasus. Sorry, that's just how I see your name. um, so this is Local Hero. It was in cinema in 1983. Well, thank you. Yeah, I just thought I would do like two strikes. No streaks. Um, yeah. And it's about this film is about this U.S. Oil company executive who tries to persuade the small Scottish seaside village, a kind of seaside community, to sell their entire village. So, of course, he flies from the US all the way to Scotland, and he tries to persuade all of the people in that wee village to persuade them to sell their village, and at there's kind of like some kind of like kind of resistance, but when some of the villagers hear how much it's worth, they kind of come around at some sort, and then it's just the person who lives on the beach and he's persuading, and he's like not stepping down, and so there's kind of like this much more dominant resistance on that man's part, and the guy Felix, he's trying to say, oh well, we can sell you another beach that's got lots and lots of that's even bigger, but that guy's this man says no, and it's this film is mostly filmed in Scotland, where I'm from, and but like there's some scenes where it's from the US, but most of the scenes are in Scotland because that's where it's filmed, and that's where the story is, and this executive, at first he's kind of like, he tries to settle down, but kind of he tries to settle into this kind of different environment, because he only knows the city, and then after a while he kind of like settles into, maybe this is not so bad. This place is much more calmer than the city, and and it's so the man who lives on the beach, it goes so bad that his boss decides to go over to Scotland to kind of get to know the man and all that, and in the end, his boss decides to do something else entirely. So yeah, and the casting is very interesting because, well, I would say at least half of the cast are Scottish. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it's more than half of this cast are Scottish, considering this is a Scottish film, uh, based in Scotland, um, and we've got like the cast in here is so there's Burt Lancaster. Well, I don't know Burt Lancaster in any of. I've tried looking through what films and all that he's been in, and I don't know anyway. But well, I know some of the cast is, Olsen, who is basically who is played by Peter Capaldi, who is, as we all know, just by looking at the film itself, he's actually the 12th Doctor in Doctor Who. Grey hair, all that, and the character Urquhart, I can't say the name, but he's being played by John Gordon Sinclair. No, wait a minute, no, that's different. Sorry. Urquhart, who is played by Dennis Hawson, who is in the TV show New Tricks. So he's like a retired, in New Trick he's playing a retired cop. So I definitely know that guy for sure. And but like, so if you look at the different Scottish films through the past, for example, there's a character called Ricky. Now I instantly know who plays that guy, because that guy plays Gregory in Gregory's Girl. Gregory's Girl is I think maybe I'll talk about that later on, but Ricky is played by John Gordon Sinclair, who's the drummer when they do a kind of a bowl thing, when they play music, and the character Polly, who plays like this punk girl, like punk hair and punk girl. She's played by Caroline Guthrie, who also is in Gregory's Girl. So you find that some of the characters know each other. Some of the characters, that some of actors and actresses actually know each other from other different Scottish films, or films in general, because they've played alongside each other before. So that in itself is quite cool, because you like when I saw it for the first time, I was like, oh, Gregory from Gregory's Girl. Oh, from Gregory's Girl. Oh, that guy from New Tricks. Oh, he's the Doctor. Yeah, and it's just totally just pointing, I had to just say to my mum, oh, don't you know he's the character, but it's from Gregory's Girl. It's like, she said, yeah, I know. Yeah, she gave me this as a present. I think it was a Christmas present, although it might be a birthday present. I'm not really sure. Those two events kind of collide with each other in my mind. So this is actually a good film, but I must say the ending is pretty for me it's kind of disappointing because I was expecting more from the ending, you know, and I was like thinking, really, that's the ending? Like, you know, I love the film, and then they had to do that ending, and it just like kind of made me a bit disappointed in a way, you know. I'm sure everyone has had that experience one way or another of a film. Um, so yeah, this film I had to go, because it's kind of, so it's supposed to be this way up, but yet again you have to go this way. Um, so this this film is like approximately 106 minutes. So that would be 1 hour and 46 minutes. So a good time, a good time for a film. I would say that this. So this film is pretty good, but yeah, it is good. So I say it's mostly set in Scotland, apart from a few scenes there here and there. So these scenes of where they set scenes in Furness in Scotland, they set those for the exterior of the village. So, meaning they filmed the the landscape where they filmed it in Furness, filmed in Pennan. So you can look it up. It's on maps. So that was the exterior village. So that was like the scenes, like the outside scenes, like set. The beach shots was in Camasterach. That is an actual place. I can't actually say it because I read stuff as I see it. So that might sound a bit might sound wrong how I'm saying it, but yeah, Camasterach. That's beach shots. And then for the hotels and pubs, the hotels and pub interiors, meaning like say decorations, like the kind of how it sets out, and maybe they'll put in like different kind of tables or like chairs or whatever. They might do, they might not. So the insides of the films, the inside of the buildings in the film were elsewhere. I think interiors meaning like tables, chairs, and all of that was elsewhere. So and you can look this up on Google, but altogether, Local Hero wasn't that bad as I thought. I've watched it for a few times. I'm not gonna lie, it does get a bit boring after a while. I think how you should do it is like watch it, have a break from it, then if you're really wanting to see it again, watch it again, but don't repeat the film over and over again in one sitting, because I don't know anyone who does that. Yeah, but it's a good Scottish film, I must say. Just like Gregory's Girl, that's a very good Scottish film, I must admit. So yeah, do let me know what you think of it if you're planning on buying it. It's good for what it is. I would recommend it. Let me know what you think. I would say buying a whole village for an oil plant is probably a bit extreme. And also, you need to think about where the people are actually gonna be living afterwards. So I mean, oil company. It's not good for the environment. I would think about the environment before getting a village to move out.